recover on pavers, that's kind of a unique situation. You're not, because of all the divots and dimples and everything like that, it usually doesn't recover quite as well as you'd like. It can be done with the right amount of vacuum. What we're going to do is we're going to clean as much as we can, recover while we're cleaning. What we can also do is we'll set up, I'll show you how, if we don't recover, we'll set up some secondary containment over here with a diversion and a scupper to pick it up. This particular setup here is Hydrotech's drought buster package. It's basically a recover, recycle, and reuse package, so you can actually recover and reuse your water. It filters it out down to 5 microns, correct? So it's all self-contained, uses a generator on the unit itself to power the vacuum system, so everything's contained on the trailer. If you want to get into more heavy filtration, they have a larger processing system like what's up on the truck, and we can talk about that afterwards. So as far as this system concerned, we got our hot water pressure washer. We'll start out with fresh water in the tank. We'll continue to recycle and reuse it. Eventually, we'll have to do a service on the filters and things like that to flush stuff out, clean it out. But it'll filter down to 5 microns, which is about where you want to be with your pumps to help your pump life be maintained. If you get any higher than that, you can run into situations the particulates in the water will damage your pump and wear your pump out a lot faster. So we want to try to keep the particulate matter as low as we can. This system's really nice because, again, it will filter out the oils and the particulate matter to give it really clean. Now, if you start using detergents, it's not designed to pull out detergents, so you have to kind of monitor pH. So if you ever get into a situation where you're using a lot of detergents, when you're reusing that water, keep in mind you're reusing that detergent as well. So we want to, typically, if we're doing like fat surface cleaning, we might pre-treat certain areas, and when we discharge, it's always, you got to make sure that your pH is into a neutral pH. So pretty simple. Underneath you'll see they have the surface cleaner with the bar that spins, and they have a recovery, basically recovery loop, a pipe with the holes cut in it. This gets real close to the ground, so what it's designed to do is the vacuum actually sucks the water up into it, brings it out through the tube. Stays very low to the ground with the hose, which is nice. It also kicks it out to the side, so it's not in your way when you're working. And that's basically about it.
You adjust the handle, like go back.
Adjust the handle?
Yes.
Yeah, there's screws holding it in right now, or you can adjust the...
Yep, if you want to go further back.
See, there's 2 more holes.
Oh, you're talking about, yeah, okay.
And the pins pull out, and then you can adjust it up and down if you need to.
And then if you have uneven surfaces, you need to go lower, you can adjust this to lower the wheels and raise it. Or if it's too high, you can lower it. I mean, you'll get the gauge as you're pushing it. If you feel like it's stuck, you're gonna need to adjust the wheels because you shouldn't be struggling while pushing this thing. So
one of the things that I've learned when you're using recovery, a lot of times it's actually a lot easier to work backwards with it. Sometimes when you're going forward, it'll have a tendency to catch and grab. So going backwards will help as well, especially if it's really low to the ground or you have uneven surfaces where it might drag or catch. Because you want to try to keep it as low as you can to get the recovery without it dragging, and unfortunately sometimes you can't do that if one of the pavers is up or uneven concrete or uneven surfaces. Parking garages might have a pitch to them, things like that. So sometimes, working forward is always really nice, but actually working backwards is well too. So, any questions on this? All right, so we'll start it up, and we'll start up here at the top. See, it's picking up pretty well, all things considered. That's quick recovery. With recovery, you can see there's not a lot of water coming out. Let me show you what it's like without the recovery. So you see how well that works. It picks up about 8. And an uneven surface like this, you can see it picks up quite a bit of water.
That's why you see that shape of that outside go square up against the side. So that windows, you're not splashing it. I mean, he went right up to the edge. So a nice design and important feature that you can get all the surfaces around and don't worry about getting windows wet. The unit we have here is 3,500 at 5.
The filler. If you want to come up here and give it a shot, the filler between the pavers. Next.
That I'm not sure.
You have to refill the